Okay, so we're going to start a new file to make your stairs assignment. So we're going to go architectural like normal. So we're going to make a 2-story building with a couple different sets of stairs inside of it. So I'm going to start by creating our first floor walls. So I'm going to have them start on level 1, and I want them to go up to level 2 so they're only 10 feet tall. So I'm going to make my building, let's go 40 feet by 20, well, about 15 feet in. I'll make it jut out a little bit just to give it some character. There we go. So roughly drawing that same shape that I just did. So 40 feet across, 20 feet down, about 15 feet in. I think I did like 6, 10, 6, 15 to close it off. So let's just get our 3D view up here. So there is that. They're all just 1 story tall. So if I look at my elevation, I can see that my wall goes up to the 2nd floor. So we are going to have two full floors. We're going to add 1 more level here, 10 feet above this other one. And this is going to be our roof level. So I hit escape a couple of times. Instead of calling it level 3, I'm going to call this roof. Yes. Oh, and I want that to be 20 feet. There we go. So I have 1st floor, 2nd floor, and a roof. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 2nd floor also. So I'm going to go to level 2. And for this one, I'm going to make it just a plain rectangle and not have the roof or not have the 2nd floor extend over this little jut out. So we can do something a little bit more creative with our roof. I'm going to go to wall, go from level 2 up to the roof. And I'm just going to make sure my walls, oops, I'm going to go all the way across. They're exactly on top of my lower one. And there we go. So if we look at 3D, I got 2 sets of walls, the little jut out. So now let's add floors to our 2 floors. So back on level 1, I'm going to go to floor and select everything. I'm just going to do a wood floor. Go to my 2nd floor. And I'm going to add in floor. Do my 2nd floor, floors, wood. Okay, yes. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a little bit of hovering going on. All right, so let's see what's going on. So that is on level 2. My wall is going from level 2 up to the roof. Level 2. We make it on the outside if that fixes it. All right, so the floor's being a little weird. It's almost making like its own added height in there, but so what I did to fix it is if you click those double lines, those arrows, we want to make sure that they're going to the outside. So the purple is on the outside of your building and not on the inside. So there should be like this little triple line symbol, and then you click on it and you get these arrows. So make them both go to the outside. and that will work for what we're doing. We're not getting too fancy crazy. Focusing mostly on stairs here. So now that we have our 2 floors set up and looks okay. So we're going to start on our first floor. So general rule of thumb is that you want to have your lowest floors where you're going to start your drawing of your stairs. So I'm going to go to architecture, and we have a stairs button. So when you are in here, there's a couple of settings. So the run width, so how wide your stairs are. So maybe you want wider stairs. You could go 4 feet, 3.5. You never want to go less than 3 feet because that's going to be very, very narrow. You won't be able to get furniture up and down. If it's more of like a grand staircase that you want bigger, easier to get furniture up and down, 4 feet is super. Automatic landing, you can turn on and off so that it'll automatically place a landing, or you can draw it yourself. I would keep it on just for our sake. So if I do a set of straight stairs, if I click once, you can see that it gives me this like ghost effect of how long the stairs need to be to reach the next step. And if I, so like right where I started, it's going to run through a wall, which isn't ideal. And it tells you also at the bottom part of this, there are 3 risers created, 5 remaining. So it tells you how many more you need to do. So if I were to do straight stairs, just click, it draws it in. And once it's in there, then you can move it around too, so you can make it fit. So with stairs, if I positioned it like this, and if I grab my camera, if I go to view, 3D view a camera, and make a little view looking at this, you can see like the top of the stairs is gonna run right into the wall. There's no space at the top for somebody to actually get off the stairs. So that wouldn't work too well. You would actually want your stairs to be down farther, but then is there enough space down there? So this size building, we wouldn't really be able to fit a straight stairs right over here. So instead of a set of straight stairs, we're gonna make it curve around this corner, and that'll save a little bit of space also. So I'm going to go back to the straight button. I'm still in here, or if this all is weird, you can click X. We'll cancel that current stairs, go back in and do a new one. So I'm going to start about halfway up the wall and click to start, and then go up a little ways and click again. And I'm going to move my cursor over and start to draw the rest. And it finishes, it knows you're still in that same stair, and it's going to tell you how many more risers you have left, and it automatically put in that landing. And again, I kind of estimated wrong of where I needed to position all of the stairs. So I should, if I click finish, I can go back in and click the whole stairs and position it in this corner. There we go. So now if we look at that view, let's see here. Did I get rid of it? I might have. So now if we back out and go to view, a camera, and we look at this whole stairs, we can see it come up and it has a landing and continues up. So depending on where you click and all of that is going to depend on how big this landing is. You are able to move it around and edit it, or if you just don't like it, just delete it and try it again and get your landing a little bit better spacing there. Because we want it to have enough space that somebody can actually stand there and it's not weird or anything. So default in Revit is that it's going to always start at the base and work its way up. But if you want to switch which direction the stairs are going, is this little arrow. And now it's going up the other way. So you can always easily flop your stairs around using that little arrow. So if we look at our 3D view, and I look at our second floor here where that stairs is coming up, you can see it doesn't automatically cut out a hole in the second floor for that stair. So you can't actually get up there and run into the flooring. So we need to cut a hole in the flooring so that we have room to make our way up. So I'm going to click on that floor, and I'm in the 3D view because it's a little bit easier to grab the floor. And now that I know that I'm in my modify floors, I'm going to click edit boundary. And from here, I'm going to go to level 2. and it's still on my edit boundary of the stairs. And what I'm going to do is cut away some of this space. So I'm going to grab this rectangle and basically right at the edge of this stair, oops, so right at the corner, I'm going to move over and I'm going to see what that looks like. So just doing one rectangle over that part of the stairs. Yes. So now let's look at our 3D view. So now we can see that there is an opening there. So much better. Should have enough space there because that landing is fully exposed. We could work our way in and like check the height, but that's about halfway down. That should be good. You could open up the whole thing if you wanted a more of an open feel. So right now this isn't very safe. Somebody could just walk off this edge, fall into the landing. Not safe, not up to code. So we need to add a railing along here so that no one can get hurt. So if we go to our level 2 in architecture, there is a railing tab. So we're going to do sketch path. So I'm just going to just add a railing from the top or the end of the stair all the way to the wall. And let's just see what that looks like. So that looks okay. So a little bit of a duplication happening in there, but for basics of how to do a stair and make it safe, this probably works. You can click on these railings. And there are different settings. So there's pipe, if you want it to look different, bottom fill, that might be more of like a balcony or like outside, and you can change the other ones too to match whatever style you're going for. So you can change these settings and what they look like. And if you do the rendering, you might be able to get a better idea of how that is appearing also. So that is our first set of stairs to make a simple curved L set of stairs. If I can, so you can kind of see that ghost effect there. Straight stairs are super easy, so we're going to skip that one. So I'm going to go back down to level 1. And if I go to stairs again, you can see that there are different shapes here. So we're going to try couple of these just so you can see what they are and how they work. So a full step spiral, if you hover over it, it does also show you what it looks like, how it works a little bit too. So how big it is and that spiral. So I'm going to move over, maybe right in the middle we'll do. So I am on this full step spiral and I'm going to click once. And as I move out, you can see that circle gets smaller and smaller. So if it's really tight, it's going to say too small. Stairs radius is too small. 2.6. Let's see. That might work. Let's see what that looks like. So just to show you the difference, I'll do another one that's a little bit wider. Maybe let me try that again. Failed it. Let's just see what happened. Okay. Oh. So I am getting some errors with that partial one, so you might have to change a little bit, modify some stuff. But let's see what we got going on. Oh, that one's up on the second floor. So you can see this stair is really tightly wound spiral staircase. This other one, if we zoom around, is, yeah, it's way up there, level 1, level 2. So might have to do a little bit more playing around with that one. But this one worked pretty good, where then you could create a hole in the floor again. So since this one is round, it's probably a better idea to use a circle. And it should maybe even like snap in there. You can see what that looks like. And there is a nice hole for that spiral staircase. Yeah, that one is just floating now, isn't it? Oh, I wonder if they're kind of connected. I didn't do it as a whole separate stair. Yeah, they were connected. So that's my mistake there. So hopefully your spiral staircase is still there for you. So that is the second kind that we have. So I'm going to pause here and get my spiral staircase in there correctly for you. All right, so there is my spiral staircase. Again, you would want to make this safer so that no one falls in there. So you will need to add in your railings around that hole as well. So let's go back down and we're going to do one more type of stair. So we're going to do this U-shape winder. So this one is, if we hover over, it makes a U-shaped stair. So kind of similar to that L shape we did in the corner, but positions it to already be like a U shape. So it's this U-shaped stair. So I'm just going to place it in here. We'll go, maybe I'll rotate it around, put it over here. We'll go against the wall again. I like putting stairs in corners because it seems to waste a lot less around. You don't have to worry about building in space like under the stairs of like a closet or things like that. It's a little bit easier for me, I think, to make stairs this way. So with this stair, you can play around with what you can adjust in here if you want. And if we go to our 3D view, again, you're going to need to cut away a hole so that we can actually access the stairs and get to them and add in railing. So I showed you from all the way to from the beginning to the end of making a hole and railing to making a new type of stairs and adding in a hole that you need to add your own railing to thirdly, only making the stairs. So then you have to make your own hole and add in railing as well to make it safe and up to code. So, all right, so something I noticed when I was doing my railing on my spiral staircase is that our stairs didn't quite meet our floor if we just cut out a big circle. So you will need to adjust your boundary by making like a little pie piece cutout on that circle. So by using the lines, the split element to delete the extra there to get the floor to actually go to the stairs. And then when I did my railing also, let's see here, if I go to edit paths, how I drew that, my little shape there, and actually I know that that wasn't connecting all the way. I use, I believe, the start and radius button. So if I do it over here, I was able to choose a little bit more, and I had to play around a little bit with these different radius buttons and things like that to find one that worked and made sense to me to make that. And then I just did a straight line to make kind of this little piece here. So kind of like Pac-Man without his bottom jaw. So a little point on that. So once you have those done, we are going to need to add a door and a couple of windows into this building. So on your own, we are going to add in one exterior door and let's say 6 windows on each floor. So an exterior door, probably on this little jut out, makes the most sense, and 6 windows on each floor. All right, so I have my windows all in here, a door. I put a smaller little window here because I'm going to have a roof that comes up is kind of what I was thinking for this building, random building design. So we're going to work on our roof here. So I'm going to go to my roof floor. If you can't see your second floor like ghost effect on here, the underlay, just being on the roof floor plan, you'll want to make sure that the underlay base level, it says level 2 because that'll give you your boundary line. So I'm going to click on roof in my architecture tab, and I am going to do those 2 walls. Let's see here. in those two with the slope. And you can do whatever style roof. If you want to do one of our crazy cool ones from the roof assignment, you can do that. But I'm going to have my slope on these two. I'm going to keep it real basic. And let's see. I think I did it reversed. I don't want that. I want it the other way. This one, I want the slope off. I'm going to click on this one, and I want the slope on these two long ones for what I want. There we go. So I have it looking that way. I'll show you in a second how to attach the walls to the roof if you need to know how to do that. But I'm going to get my little roof down here. So I'm going to go to my second floor. Let's go to roof. And we're going to click these three walls. And then I'm going to grab my little straight line to connect them across. I don't want all of these to be slanted. So with my modify, I'm going to turn off two long ones, make the two shorter ones slanted. And then I think I want a 2-foot overhang. I do -2. There we go. So give like a little rain protection. All right, let's see what that looks like. A nice big roof. Might be a little steep for my liking. We'll tone it down just a little bit. All right, so to attach your walls to your roofs, I'll show you on this wall over here. So if I click that wall, you can see I have this attach top to base button. So I'm going to click that and then the roof. And you can do that for all of the ones that need to be attached. There we go. It's coming together. Oh, I missed a wall. Window over there. So that is your roofs. So next I will show you how to make your sheets. So I'm going to go to sheets and do new sheet. And I'm going to load our size B from our title blocks. Okay. So let's do your floor plans here on one of them. So let's grab level 1. See how big these are. Ooh, all right, we have to shrink in those little windows. So I'm gonna delete that there and go down to level 1. So these little icons we need to move in nice and close because that'll basically determine how big that box is that gets brought in. All right, so now those are nice and close. Let's try that again. Level 1. Okay, I'm just even gonna move it up there. And let's do level 2. That works. So there are our floor plan sheets. Maybe I'm gonna call this floor plans of 2-story building. Okay. So we're gonna do. So by calling it floor plans over here, it did name it over on the side there, which is really handy. We're going to do another new sheet on our B. And we're going to do, let's do an exterior 3D view. So let's get rid of that guy. So I'm going to get this looking how I want. That looks good to me. So then in 3D views, I'm going to, let's see, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Let's try just this 3D. And it is giant because of those elevation lines. So let's fix that. So I'm just going to go to my east and bring in these little dots. So if you click on the line, there's that little circle. Bring it in nice and close on both sides. And then so east and north, we'll have to do two different, not the same, not east and west or south and north, but two similar ones. Okay, let's see how that works. I'm going to bring in this 3D. That looks good. So I'm going to call this exterior 3D. All right. So then Our last one is going to show off your stairs. So we're going to do B again. So to make some 3D views of your stairs and what they actually look like. So actually, let's go to view, and we're going to do camera. So maybe let's do first floor. So view, camera. So I'm going to pick a spot for like basically that you're standing. You think of like you're taking a picture. And then what the camera sees is in like this little cone. So, and then you can also adjust these up too. So you're going to get 3 views of your stairs. So make sure that I can see that you cut through the floor, that you have safety railings. Another way that you could do this, and you can also render these if you want, but you're going to get 3D views of your stairs. So there's this camera way that you can do things. We can also go to our 3D and like hide walls and windows. So it's going to be a lot more hiding and show things that way. You can do the camera view. Those are probably the easiest. If you want to do any renderings of them, you could do that instead of those. I just want to make sure on your final sheet. So your third sheet is going to be 3D views of your stairs. So all 3 of your stairs that you made, the L, the curl, the spiral one, and the U-shaped, with the railings, make them safe, and the floors cut out. So 3D views of those, however you want to do it. If you need to put them on 2 sheets or 3 sheets, that is totally fine. And then to turn in your sheets, once you are all done, remember you go File, Print, and you're going to select your sheets. So you want to make sure you select all of your sheets that you make. So I only have 3 right now. I'm going to click No. And then you should, print to PDF. You also want to make sure that you combine them into a single file. Some people have not been doing this, selecting all of their sheets and putting them in one file. If you don't put it in one file, then you have to upload multiple PDFs to Schoology. So make sure you're selecting all the sheets, combining into one file, hit OK. Make sure you know where it's getting saved to. Easiest is your desktop, and we call it 2-story project. And then that PDF you can upload to Schoology.